The race, which was flagged off by Acting Minister for Manpower Tan Chuan Jin, started at Tanjong Pagar Rail Station. Along the 10.5-kilometer route to the finish point at the old Bukit Timah Rail Station, runners soaked in the greenery and had a taste of history. The fastest runner took about 34 minutes, while the first woman to finish took about 41 minutes. The event, which is supported by smartphone company BlackBerry, aims to raise awareness of the value of the area. The event, which is supported by smartphone company BlackBerry, aims to raise awareness of the value of the area.
It's special because it's part of an old conservation trail which has sort of been abandoned for many years. People haven't really been allowed to enjoy it or be a part of it. It's a relic that many Singaporeans remember very fondly, and I think it's great that it's opened up again and people can enjoy it.
The annual Terry Fox Singapore Run took place at the East Coast Park this morning. The event pays tribute to the young Canadian amputee runner who wanted to raise money for cancer research. The non-competitive run at the East Coast Park was divided into a 5 and 10-kilometer category. Like last year, some 3,000 participants, young and old, took part in the 2013 edition. Participants showed their support for the event and Singapore Cancer Society through donations. $100,000 was raised from the last run for the charity, and this year, organisers are hoping to reach the $150,000 mark. The Lions' fourth historic ASEAN football title win last December was marked with a 4-stars Singapore national team kit. Now, due to overwhelming demand, Nike Singapore has launched a limited edition of that attire. Ardent supporters queued outside the store on Sunday afternoon for the kits. Only 100 were made available in special collector's box sets. And fans got a bonus as the AFF Championship winning captains were also in attendance. Nazri Nasir, Aidi Skandar and Shahril Ishak signed autographs and posed for pictures. Well, it's Hong Pao time again with the Lunar New Year just around the corner. Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong presented Hong Paos to some 100 needy residents at Yio Chu Kang this morning. He also joined senior residents for some sporting activity before heading to a market and hawker centre to meet the Sunday breakfast crowd. Devotees thronged the Sri Perumal temple in Little India early this morning to celebrate the Hindu festival Thaipusam. One of Singapore's oldest temples, this is the starting point of the annual Thaipusam procession. Devotees carried various types of burdens or kavadi on a travelling procession to seek blessings from the Hindu warrior god Murugan. The kavadi can range from pots of milk to body piercings. And this has been Singapore Tonight. Coming up on That's IT Uploaded, Timothy Goh scours the massive Las Vegas Convention Center to give us the highlights of the 2013 Consumer Electronics Show. Find out what's going to be hot for this year after the break.
Anti-competitive practices by businesses can result in artificially high prices, fewer choices, and lower quality products and services, which ultimately hurt both businesses and consumers.
With competitive markets, businesses have to compete to offer better prices, quality, and product innovation.
Brought to you by the Competition Commission of Singapore and Channel News Asia.
He's known as a futurepreneur, someone who embraces new technology and thrives on the unpredictable.
I've been always fearless in my life.
And he doesn't blink when companies have to be discarded.
I have required 65,000 people. If you are emotional about something, you can't create something new.
Join me, Karen Lam, on Powerless Asia as I speak to my guest, Dr. BK Modi, the man who wants every slice of the pie of mobile internet technology.
Monday, 9 p.m.
This program is brought to you by Guocoland Group.
That's IT Uploaded.
Welcome to Las Vegas and the 2013 Consumer Electronics Show. A record 156,000 people attended the 2013 CES in Las Vegas, and it is the highlight of the consumer electronics calendar for many of us. It is here that we first saw the VCR, the Walkman, flat LCDs and LEDs, smart TVs, and 3D TVs.
To be absolutely honest, this is the first time in the last 7 years that I've been here at the CES that nothing caught my attention, nothing impressed me, but that doesn't mean it's any less crazy.
Yep, crazy. Like this curved TV Samsung showcased on the floor. While I was looking at it, people behind me were asking, who would need something like that? So I asked Samsung.
It requires evolution, and it's where technology is coming before the consumer need, where we're now trying to figure out, okay, what kind of consumer need could it meet?
Flexible screens will be the next in thing, so Samsung developed the Yoom Flexible Business Unit to look into what and where this form factor can be applied. But for now, take a look at the possibilities. On to the real-world stuff for a change. Many of the TV giants unveiled ultra-high-definition giant TV screens with 4 times the resolution. Samsung made an 85-inch and 110-inch screen that is as big as a queen-size mattress. Picture quality is superb, but priced at over $20,000, you will have to think 4 times before you put one in your living room. Well, if you can't afford to change last year's TV to the latest one just yet, you can get yourself the Evolution Kit. Having this allows you to upgrade last year's TV to this year's specs without buying a new set. Pop it in, boot it up, and just like that, you get the much improved 2013 user interface on last year's smart TVs.
You get the quad-core processor, which gives you the multitasking benefits. You get the new user interface and those 5 panels that allow you to organize all of your entertainment and contents. And you also get improvements in smart interactive gesture and voice control.
Samsung also says its new line of TVs will learn your viewing habits and even suggests shows that you might be interested in. But will there be privacy concerns?
It's really about the recommendations that you're making, the decisions you made in the television around what you've already watched and what you're watching, and it remembers that and gives you recommendations based off of it.
Another smart innovation that intrigued me is this fridge. Yep, it may look like just your regular household cooling machine, but it is not.
But the best part of this refrigerator is this lower compartment. You can turn this compartment into a freezer or a refrigerator at the press of a button.
And just to round up this segment, let me show you what else I found while working my way up and down the CES show floors. This, they say, is the most compact single people mover of all time. But it didn't look very safe to me, so I opted not to try it. And then we also found this. Yep, this is a GPS collar that you can put around your pet's neck, and they will never go missing again. But of course, some of you out there already know why I'm showing you this device in particular, right?
So after 7 years of doing CES, I finally found Help. Quinn Bowman, of course, that's IT viewers are very familiar with his face. It's your first time here. What are you expecting to see?
Well, a lot of people, but a lot of gadgets. I mean, from what I can tell so far, there's almost too much to really take in. But I'm also looking at different mobile gadgets that are out there. I feel like a lot of these companies are saying that they want to enter the mobile age, or they're trying to improve the products they already have. So I'm looking at stuff that I might actually buy or recommend to my family or friends. I haven't seen anything so far, but that's what I'm looking out for.
You're going to have to take it easy because it can drive you crazy. But anyway, this is the central hall, the main part of CES. I believe that's the south, and that's the north part. So go find me something. All right. Come back and let me know how it is.
I will.
Okay.
The
The Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas can be overwhelming. Impressive new televisions bombarded my senses, like this one that let you draw on it. All sorts of fancy cameras, and a lot of gimmicks. People waited in a huge line to play rock, paper, scissors for a chance at free headphones. I was most interested, though, in the evolution of the personal computer. As the smartphone and tablet market grows, what's the future of the big, clunky laptop? Lenovo, one of the top sellers of PCs in the world, thinks it has the answer. The company rejects Apple CEO Tim Cook's assertion that we are all living in a post-PC world.
People will continue to consume content and create content. For that, PCs are absolutely necessary. Now, the form factor will change, as you see with tablets, as you see that smartphones will contain more content and will become more important. That's what I mean. On top of that base of PCs, the foundation, there's a plus.
Drive options, but again, you get that.
Lenovo representatives showed me what they had to offer in Las Vegas. The ThinkPad Helix is a transformer laptop that can become a tablet. The Yoga 11S is a tablet PC that can be propped up like a tent or flipped around to provide a keyboard.
We're seeing yoga being used in different places where you're really taking the best of notebook and the best of tablet and putting them in one unique device.
And aside from the new designs, these machines also focus heavily on using touch technology, popularized with the first version of the Apple iPhone. The strategy ties the Lenovo line, and that of other PC makers, to the success of the touch-based Windows 8 operating system. It is unclear yet how well Windows 8 is selling. Reynolds is confident the strategy will pay off.
And the reason that we know it's going to be successful is because every child under 12 is used to touch. They're coming up to screens, pinching, zooming, rotating. They're expecting this to happen. You need to have an operating system that's full touch end to end, and Windows 8 delivers that.
After spending a lot of time with Lenovo, I wasn't sure I'd spend my own money on these devices when I already have a laptop and a tablet. But of course, the question is how consumers in Asia and the rest of the world respond.
Cars are making a big appearance at the 2013 CES because they too are getting smarter.
Many automakers here are showing off next generation models with app integration capabilities so you can now sync what's on your smartphone to your smart cars. Like your favorite music, for example. But what really caught my attention are connected cars of the future. Cisco Network Solutions is developing new technology that will make tomorrow's cars part of a dynamic network that continues to communicate to make driving a lot easier. Our cars will have sensors to warn of dangers ahead. So imagine, in the future, cars on a potential collision course wirelessly communicating with each other, sending their drivers danger warnings, or even slowing down or stopping the cars to avoid major accidents. It is going to be like driving with an always alert but silent co-driver beside you.
Well, the question is, when are we going to see all these smart communicating cars roaring down our road? I guess we'll find out soon enough. Well, this is it for That's IT's 2013 CES special. I'm Timothy Go in Las Vegas. That's it.
Home is where the heart is. The news that happens here impacts me as much as it impacts you. Let's get to the biggest stories of the day. Live reports, breaking news as it happens, the business news you need, all the sports and entertainment you want, and a chance to have your say on the news through the power of social media. The all-new Singapore Connect at 6, weekdays at 6 p.m. on Channel News Asia.
I have to admit this, I'm an instant noodle fan, lover or rather addict. There is just something so irresistible about this little packet of wavy sustenance. Instant noodles is more than just grub.
It was a very alien kind of a concept for our country because we are used to roti and rice. But instant noodles has become a thing that connects the entire country.
Instant noodle sells really well when the economy is really bad. We had a flood last year. Oh boy, instant noodle just sells like hotcakes.
Hong Kong ladies don't cook for their men, and the best that you can get out of a Hong Kong girlfriend is a bowl of very, very passionate bowl of instant noodles.
Through the instant noodle landscape of 8 different countries around Asia, I will bring you the most fascinating, in-depth and hidden stories about this little cup of culinary happiness. Instant Noodles Diary, exclusively on Channel News Asia.
Of course, we need foreign workers because we are really short of manpower.
So I think they are adding on to our congestions and minimizing our job opportunities.
They are skilled workers, towards that particular industry, I guess is important.